Inappropriate words, making international phone calls,
Inappropriate
watching
words.
adult material, and returning to North Korea after.
So if I try to get this, a little quick, some action going on, trying to look at some women or whatnot, I'm gonna get the death penalty for that. You could get the death penalty for being down bad. What's good, YouTube? Today we're gonna be looking at what death row looks like around the world. I want to see what country has it the worst because I want to be grateful that I'm living in a country where, I'm not getting beheaded, all right? Let's see how criminals have it around the world.
This may shock you. 55 countries around the world still practice the death penalty.
That doesn't shock me. I don't know if this is a hot take, but I feel like the death penalty is a form of punishment that still needs to be up. Because I'm not gonna lie, there's some criminals, bro, you don't need to be here on this world no more. You need to go ahead and meet Jeffrey Dahmer downstairs, bro.
But they are dramatically different. From Japan's death row that drives inmates insane, to Saudi Arabia's death row that has a dark, evil twist.
Damn.
The first country we have to look at is the USA. The USA hands out many death sentences per year. But surprisingly, it's not even in the top 10. Around 20 people are sentenced to death row every year in the USA.
20 a year? I thought it was like way much more than that, bruh. I could have swore that it was maybe like 300 people were dying. But if it's only 20, bruh, it's not even that crazy.
USA. In many states, death row is illegal, and some states don't practice it despite never actually outlawing it. But these 11 states do actively carry out death sentences. Inmates will get these sentences for various crimes, most commonly homicide-related crimes, but also espionage, treason, as well as extreme cases of narcotics trafficking.
What? I don't know what espionage is. Damn! They giving out death sentences for spying on people? Okay, that's a little too excessive. I think it should be like a life for a life.
USA death penalty methods vary state by state, but there are 5 methods used in the USA. These are lethal injection, electric chair, firing squad, gas chamber.
We use gas chambers? I thought that was some sort of German threat. What? You telling me we gassing people to death? I've never heard of that. I only know about the electric chair, which is crazy if you think about it, because how much volts do you need to be put on your body for you to be like GG's?
And gas asphyxiation. But what actually happens to an inmate
asphyxiation? Y'all also wrapping people's necks? Bruh, freaky ass punishment, bruh.
On death row in the USA, 24 hours before they will be taken from their cells and moved to what is cheerfully known as the death house. As they enter the death house, this will be the last time the inmate will ever be outside. They will then be given a full body search and given new clothing. They will then be taken to their new and last.
What y'all even searching for their body for? It's not like they're gonna take some crazy weapons on the afterworld. Like, is that not a little too excessive?
Cell, known as the Death Watch cell. There, the inmate will spend their final night. Some inmates choose to sleep, but others can't, knowing what's coming. At the 15-hour mark, they will be woken up. They will then shower and be given a regular prison breakfast. At the
least you could do is give me some good eats, bro. It's gonna be my last couple minutes on Earth, and y'all giving me a plate of things that I can't even name a single ingredient on. Y'all gotta know better, bro.
14-hour mark, they will be allowed to see their friends and family for one last time. They will also get 45 minutes to make any final phone calls. At the 12-hour mark, all visitations will be cut off. The inmate will then be given a regular prison lunch. And
that's not even lunch. Don't even call it lunch, bro.
Are then allowed to see a priest or imam. Inmates carry many regrets and secrets, and this gives them one last chance to confess and have a clear mind. At the 8-hour mark, the inmate will be allowed to see their last sunset. The inmate will then be allowed to write letters for 1 hour, writing their final goodbyes to friends and family. At the 6-hour mark, the inmate will order their last meal. Despite what many think, they can't order whatever they want.
What? Bro, no. I've seen people that ordered everything. No, but this is actually absurd if you think about it. What do you mean this person has 30 KD ratio and you're telling me this man could eat whatever he wants for his final meal? Like, bro, the whole point is to punish him and y'all are giving him some steak. No, I'd be damned if my killer had like an amazing last eats, bro.
Instead, having to stick to a $30 budget, which with today's prices isn't that much. If the inmates are being executed with an electric chair, they will then have their heads shaved. This is to prevent their hair catching on fire. The inmate will then take their last ever shower.
So you gotta look chopped while dying? Like, damn, what if the hoods are watching, bro? I'm trying to go out in the best way.
And then eat their last meal. At the 3-hour mark, witnesses arrive. These are the people who are going to watch the execution happen. They're normally relatives of the victim, but sometimes the inmate's family comes too.
I don't know if I care to see the suspect, his last moments. I'm okay. I'd rather just chill at the comfort of my own home.
At the 1-hour mark, the inmate will be walked to what's known as the death chamber, escorted by a team of 5 guards. The inmate will then be strapped to a chair or bed. At the 12-minute mark, the witnesses will be moved into into the watching room. The curtains will then be undrawn. The window is one way, meaning the inmate never sees the people watching him. At the 10-minute mark, the inmate gets to say their last words. The inmate will then get one final visit from a priest or imam if they wish, and after that, the execution will take place.
GG's.
There are currently 2,500 people on death row in the United States.
I don't know why I was expecting there to be way more. You know what? Maybe we're not that bad as Americans.
United States. It often takes decades for these executions to be carried out, because inmates are entitled to many appeals. But it wasn't always like this. The USA once executed a 14-year-old boy. George Stanley was accused of taking 2 girls' lives. He was too small to sit on the electric chair, so had to sit on top of a Bible. But since 2005, you now need to be over 18 to be given a death sentence in the
fact that y'all were cool with just a 14-year-old, and let's be real, it was times during like racism and stuff. I highly doubt he did anything crazy, bro. But hey, man, GG's, bro.
USA. America's death row may sound harsh, but I can assure you, it's nothing compared to Saudi Arabia's. Every year, Saudi Arabia ends many people's lives, with an average of over 185 executions every year. In Saudi Arabia, people get death sentences for minor crimes, including burglary, treason, espionage, and narcotics.
No, what you mean? I stole a little lollipop and now I gotta get my body like taken care of, bro. It was just a lollipop. No, that's tough, bro.
Aside from the USA, Japan is the only democratic country that still has death row, with an average of 5 executions per year.
That's not even that bad, bro. I better hear their crimes being heinous as hell, bro. If only 5 people get chosen per year, what's going on?
There are only 3 crimes you can commit to get the death penalty: homicide, treason, and crimes against the state. Normally, you need to end multiple lives to be sentenced to death row. In most countries, inmates on death row are told when they're going to lose their lives far in advance, but not in Japan.
So you just wake up one day and they're like, you, right here, you're finished. Damn, bro, at least give me like time to live, bro. What if there's things that I wanted to do in prison that I can't do? That gotta be the scariest feeling.
Instead, inmates are only told 1 or 2 hours before the execution, meaning that they have no idea when will be their last day on Earth. It could be years from now, or it could be in 2 hours. This sometimes makes inmates go insane.
That just means like they pick and choose like, hey bro, I'm not gonna lie, are you getting tired of this inmate? Yeah, we are too. Let's get his ass. We don't need him there anymore. We need more space. That's crazy. What if he was like innocent though?
To make matters worse, the inmate's family is only told after they've been executed, meaning that they have no chance to say goodbye. While the inmates are on death row, they're kept in very strict prisons, said to be the strictest in the world. They're told exactly how to sit in their cells. They have to always look down at the floor and can never look up.
No wonder why nobody went to commit murders in this country. 5 death sentences a year. If you had to live like this, you're not gonna commit none.
They're also not allowed to speak unless spoken to, and they have to work for over 13 hours per day. But a country with an even worse death
13 hours per day. Like, let's say they get 8 hours of sleep. That's 4 hours leisure time. Bro, they enslaving them.
row is China. China executes the most people per year, averaging at over 1,000 executions every year. In China, you can be given the death penalty for
1,000 a year. That is like 3 people per day, bro. Y'all executions gotta be cheap then. It can't be that expensive.
Many crimes, including serious fraud, bombing, flooding, rioting, separatism, rebellion, political
separatism. So if I'm like, bro, we not the same. Oh, you're done. GG's. We're chopping you off. Like, what?
Dissent, subversion, sneaking people into China, piracy, corruption, aircraft hijacking, espionage, abandoning the military, endangering national security, and many other crimes.
So what do you mean if I'm feeling like a pacifist and I don't want to go to war that you gonna get me anyway, bro? I don't know, bro. That's too much for a death sentence.
In China, no matter how rich or powerful you are, you can be given a death sentence. In 2022, high-up politician Fu Zhuangha was sentenced to death row after taking nearly $17 million in bribes. And in 2014, billionaire businessman Liu Han was also given a death sentence, being executed 1 year later in 2015. These executions are carried out using either a firing squad or lethal injection, while inmates wait.
A firing squad? You got 3 shotguns pulled at one person? You got a whole ass Uzi? You got a Draco pointed at these dudes? That's a little too excessive, bro.
For their execution date, they will be in a Chinese prison, which are known for their very harsh conditions. Inmates sometimes have to work for 16 hours per day. They will also
16? So you can't even sleep for 8 hours, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Even prison gotta be in death sentence at this point.
Have their head shaved and have to look down at the ground at all times. But a country with even worse death row conditions is Somalia. Somalia is known as one of the
Hold on, I'm from here. Wait, what they be doing here?
Most dangerous countries in the world. It is the only African country that carries.
Why are you looking at two directions, bruh? He looking at the cameraman and he's looking at his death sentence. What's going on here, bruh?
Out public executions. These are
Public?
done either by hanging, firing squad, or
Yo!
stoning. Somalia executes an average of 13 people per year.
Okay, but is that through government or just people doing it because they want to do it? I'm not gonna lie, in public with everyone to look at though, bruh. Come on, bruh. You know, there gotta be some fun, like women around and things like that. Just chill, calm down. At least do so in private, bruh.
These sentences are given out for homicide, treason, espionage, and abandoning the military. But you can also get a death sentence for leaving Islam, blasphemy, cheating on your husband or wife, and having a same-gender relationship, while inmates await their execution
Why y'all gotta ban Lil Nas X's, bruh? That's tough right there.
date. They
Plus, what if somebody lying? I don't know. I feel like with a lot of these like countries, is like if you don't have like strong cold evidence that someone is doing something and you just do it, that's tough.
will be kept in one of Somalia's worst jails, which are known to be very overcrowded and dirty. Death row
I'm sorry, I'm escaping that. Look at that, bruh. Is that not a prison you could easily just escape?
inmates are normally sent to Mandera prison, said to be Somalia's worst prison. But some would say death row in Belarus is even worse.
What happens?
Belarus is the only country in Europe to still use capital punishment. You can be sent to death row for crimes such as treason, sabotage, and conspiracy to seize power. This
Sabotage? Does that mean like if I gave you a promise, I don't know, hop on the game, and then you told me, oh, you're gonna hop on in 1 hour, and then boom, you just never show up and you go to sleep? Sometimes some of these phrases are so like light or whatnot that it's kind of like hard to distinguish who's doing them. You can say anyone sabotaged you.
This is because Belarus is Europe's last dictatorship. While inmates wait for their execution, they will be sent
So they gotta do 360 cartwheels to get executed? Bro, that's a little excessive, bro.
to Belarus's worst prison, which is
No, they tooting that thing up too. How are y'all punishing them? How are y'all putting them to the death penalty, bro? Let me find out y'all doing some freaky things, bro.
famous for housing political prisoners. Belarus executes an average of 2 people per year. But a
that's not
country known
bad.
for executing far more people is Indonesia. In 2005, Indonesia hit the headlines.
How
This
much?
was after 9 Australians were arrested. They were attempting to smuggle narcotics.
Yo!
6 of them were sentenced to life in prison,
Ah!
but 2 were sent to death row, and in 2015 were executed by firing squad. This caused massive outrage, but many executions still take place in Indonesia, normally for narcotics and piracy.
Damn, and their home country didn't even do anything about it. I'd be heated, bruh. In Australia, that's probably what, like maybe like 3 years? I don't know. They probably seen worse, but hey, GG's, bruh.
Another country with a surprisingly harsh death row is India. In India, you
happened?
can be sent to death row for homicide, narcotics, aircraft hijacking, espionage, kidnapping, abandoning the military, even partaking in human sacrifice. In
Human sacrifice? For that to be a death penalty, that means multiple people have had to be doing that for fun or something. I don't know, but plane hijackings. Why do y'all have the need to hijack planes, bro? Like, is it that much of a pandemic where people are like, hey man, we need to get the death penalty for these people? Stop hijacking planes. Just go ahead and, I don't know, buy one.
2023, India gave out 120 death sentences. These are
Damn.
always done by either hanging or firing squad. Death row inmates are kept in awful prisons. Indian prisons are famous for overcrowding, having over 25 million backlogged cases. The cells are very crowded, dark and dirty, and inmates are only told their execution date a few days before it happens.
Damn.
But one country you won't be surprised has a terrible death row is North Korea. In North Korea, just about
Everybody in North Korea look like they got a death penalty. I'm sorry, bro. If you don't even have access to the internet like that and everything you do is monitored, that's basically a death sentence.
anything can land you on death row. This includes plots against the nation, working with enemy countries, circulating harmful information, political
So what if I tell y'all a quick lie? Like, oh, I don't know. I couldn't go to school today because I feel a little sick. Whole time I was good. That's a death penalty? Getting a death penalty for lying is absurd.
dissidents, visiting foreign websites, watching foreign movies or TV shows, listening to foreign radio,
So if I watch Breaking Bad, you're gonna give me the death penalty. Dude, what's going on, bro? You is gatekeeping fun, Kim Jong-un.
inappropriate words, making international phone calls,
Inappropriate
watching
words.
adult material, and returning to North Korea after
So if I try to get this, a little quick, some action going on, trying to look at some women or whatnot, whatnot. I'm gonna get the death penalty for that. You could get the death penalty for being down bad.
To defecting. Many high-up North Korean officials have been given a death sentence, including Kim Jong-un's own uncle. The methods used are firing squad, hanging, beheading, and even being shot with a missile.
A missile? That's the death penalty crime. You won't get a missile thrown at you. That's a little excessive for one person, don't you think?
These executions are done in public. In 2022, a 22-year-old man was publicly executed for listening to K-pop, while
North Korea, what we got going on? For listening to K-pop, you're executing someone for listening to music. There is no way that the citizens of North Korea enjoy living there, bro. No way.
North Korean inmates are on death row, they are sent to a labor camp. This is where they have to do back-breaking work for sometimes 20 hours per day. Many lose their lives in these camps, but if they survive, they will later be executed by the guards.
Damn.
And to make matters worse, their entire family will be sent to the camps as well.
What did they do though?
This is to ensure no one ever tries to take power from Kim Jong-un. North Korea executes an average of 150 people per year.
What?
Another country famous for its death row is Egypt. Egypt executes an average of 30 people per year. This is done by either firing squad or hanging. While they wait for their last day, people on death row in Egypt are sent to very bad prison.
Why they look happy as hell for though?
Known for overcrowding and harsh conditions. Another country with a famously bad death row is the United Arab Emirates. This surprises many people as it's a popular tourist destination.
Yeah.
But beyond the glitz and glamour of Dubai,
What?
are some truly awful prisons. This is where death row inmates are kept.
Take me to that prison. Do you see the marble floors? Yo, even the gates looking shiny, bruh. I'm sorry, this is not a prison.
You can be given a death sentence for various crimes, including the disposal of nuclear waste and leaving Islam. Executions are carried out by firing squad. Which of these death rows do you think was the worst?
It's North Korea. It's not even a question. YouTube, let me know which country you thought was the worst. Moral of the story, man, don't go to North Korea. All right, I'll be real with you. If you listen to K-pop, imagine how they gonna feel when I'm listening to rap. Oh, it's GG's for me. Join us on Discord, cancel out, take me, subscribe. All that good stuff, man. Waxer for life. Love y'all.